Yes, so a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's weekly career class. I am your host, Samar Solomon. Hope all of you are well. So, as you would know, we meet here every Saturday to hear from industry experts on different careers. And likewise, today we have with us Miss Vanita Kaushal. She's a senior manager Industry Connects at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, School of Vocational Education. So, warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Samarth. Good evening. Good evening, all.
So
Can I
she
start the
will,
session now?
yeah. So before you start, I would like all of you to know that as always, we'll have a Q&A round post ma'am is done with her presentation. So you can post your queries in the chat, right? And as we know, she'll be discussing about the various vocational programs offered at School of Vocational Education TISS. So hopefully we'll get very useful insights into the career pathways post these programs. So with that, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Samarth. Good evening, all of you who have joined the webinar today. Thank you for your time. Before I start the presentation, I would quickly introduce myself. Samarth has already mentioned that. I represent the School of Vocational Education. My name is Vanita. I work as Senior Manager, Industry Connect, CSR and Skilling. Today I'll be giving you an insight, or I'll be walking you through the program which are currently available with School of Vocational Education, which can be very useful for the students you meet on daily basis, which can add a career path to them. And any questions you may have after the session also, you can always write to me. I'll share the details and we can take this forward. So before I think I'll just start the session. Can you see this on screen, which I have shared? Samarth, are you able to see
Yes,
it?
ma'am. Able to see. Yes.
Okay. So if you all know Tata's Institute of Social Sciences, School of Vocational Education is in Mumbai, Tuljapur, Hyderabad, Guwahati. But the main campus is in Mumbai. It started in 2011, this particular school. Some facts and figures about this particular school: that we have been NASC ranking 3.89. As per the National Institute ranking, we are about 60. Banned institution, we are, as per the MDRA India today's ranking, we are 8th. And these are few of our achievements so far, which are in terms of the ranking we have. The profile which we currently have, the number of students, 5,200. We almost touched more students have been enrolled with us, but these are the number of students you could see who are actively doing the program with us. We also have about 3,530 industry partners. About locations where our program is run is about 95. So before I move ahead, I'll just quickly brief you about School of Vocational Education, what School of Vocational Education is all about, and why are we here. School of Vocational Education was set up to impart skill education to millions of Indian youth. So when I talk about Indian youth here, I'm talking about students who are the first generation learners. They are typically the 12th pass students with the minimum eligibility. We look here for the programs, and also 10th plus ITI from the vulnerable or the marginalized background. So when I say this, it is not that you're only catering to that, but that's one segment or the target group which enroll for the program. But we have other students also applying from various parts of the country. Uh, the basic focus of our program, or I would say the vocational program which we are currently offering under School of Vocational Education, is to develop job specific skills, not just only broad based knowledge based education which is provided in most of the institutes. And it is not like any other vocational program which is run at any other university. The program itself is very extensive, very comprehensive in nature, and it's a full 3-year bachelor's in vocational program. The approach which we follow at School of Vocational Education for our programs is called the Internship Embedded Skill Training Program. That means whenever the student applies for the program, he or she will be taken by the industry. When I say industry here, I talk about all the leading corporates or the companies who would take them as interns to give them the practical knowledge. We can also expect a modern stipend in select skill knowledge sectors depending on the company norms. The aim of this particular model, I would say, or the approach we follow at School of Vocational Education is earn while you learn or work while you learn, so that we have students, so that the students can learn these skills by engaging in an internship on the real shop floor. Now, the real shop floor here, like I said, is the actual practical experience they get at the industry. So if I have to ease it down more, I would say this entire program is divided into two parts. One is the practical part and the other is the theory part. Now, the practical part happens at our industry partners location, or we call them skill knowledge providers, which typically happen 4 to 5 days a week, followed by 1 or 2 days of theory session, which happens at our location. That means the service providers which are in panel with us, they facilitate the entire theory examination assessments for us. Now, the program which are currently offered at School of Vocational Education. So the major chunk which is offered here is the Bachelors of Vocational Education. Now, if you look at here, a School of Vocational Education in the academic year 23-24, which will start in July. I'm talking about the July session here, which will be starting very soon. We offer 37 BVOC programs, 6 standalone diplomas, and 19 postgraduate diploma programs. And they are all conforming to the UGC guidelines. All these programs are 3-year degree programs, begin with the diploma course leading to the Bachelors of Vocational degree in the 3rd year. Now, every individual level is a standalone certification recognized and awarded by TISS. So that means that every year the student completes is a standalone diploma, and they are recognized and awarded by TISS once they complete that particular year. These programs allow the students who are 12th pass or SSC plus 2 years of ITI to join directly at the National Skills Qualification Framework, which is NSQ level 5. Based on their academic achievements. That means all a program, when I talk about the Bachelors of Vocational program, all these 3 years of the programs are NSQ level aligned. The first year, which is diploma, is the level 5. The advanced diploma is the level 6. And subsequently, the final year, when they go into the degree year, it is the NSQ level 7. The undergraduate courses of the BVOC programs incorporate specific job roles and their equivalent to the national occupation standards, along with the broad-based general education. That means that all our programs are linked to the NOS. So the graduates of the program are equipped to meaningfully participate in accelerating India's economy by giving appropriate employment or becoming entrepreneurs. That means because they are aligned to the NOS standards, so once they complete the program, they are very qualified to apply for the employment outside, and they can also start their own businesses or they can become successful entrepreneurs. The flexibility and the progression of the BVOC education program is as follows. Now, I have already mentioned the student eligibility here, which is 12th pass and 2 years of ITI. And I'm also mentioned, you can also note it down the website link, which is sve.tis.edu, which will also give you the program's details, the sectors where we are operating and the program which we are offering. The first year here is the diploma, which is the level 5 NSQ level. Second is the advanced diploma, and third is the Bachelors of Vocational Education. One thing more which I'll add here would be that all our BVOC programs will offer multiple entry and exit. That means that if a student only wishes to complete the first year, can just complete the first year and take the certificate and can move away. Subsequently, that applies for the second and the third year. Now, this particular webinar which I'm conducting right now is for our coming July session. We normally have 2 sessions. One is July and the second is January. But this one we are talking about is for the July session. the admission window has already been opened. I'll give you the details towards the end of the presentation, and you'll have all the details which you can follow. Now, if you could see here, we have the School of Vocational Education program offer BVOC, diploma and postgraduate diploma programs in 18 industry sectors. Now, when I talk about these industry sectors, if you could see here, they're very, very demand-driven sectors. Something, all the industry here, which we could see, if it's agriculture, automotive, BFSI, childcare, if you could see here, these are all very demand driven, very, even if you look at the curriculum of this program, they're very extensive. It has designed by the help of the domain expert, the COE members, when they sit and they design the program, and then it is offered to the students. Now, if you could see here on the presentation here, under every sector, you would see the BVOC and the postgraduate diploma that has been offered to the students. If you wish to know more about the program, each program, about the overview or the eligibility. Normally, the eligibility has been 12th pass, but we prefer science students for our pharma, healthcare, and sometimes the IT programs also, because we have also started programs like artificial intelligence and machine learning last year. So it becomes easier for the student to understand how the program work if they come from that background. But for the other programs, a BCom or a BA student, or sorry, a commerce and arts student can also apply. Nothing is mandatory there in terms of the stream. We have also started something like a sports program here, which is again a 3-year program, which is a bachelor's in BVOC in adventure sports and BVOC in sports management. Now, you will never see any other institute offering a sports program here, you know. So we all, apart from the other program which we offer, we also offer some aspirational program like sports, BVOC in adventure sports, and we also have artificial intelligence, which is a need of an hour. So since the programs, if you see under each sector, are quite in number, so I would request all of you if you can visit our website, which I've just mentioned earlier, sv.tis.edu, to click on each and every sector to see what program entails for you, the program curriculum. There is an annual fee, examination fee, and a caution deposit, which normally a student needs to give once they start the program. The registration fees here, when I talk about, is 200 rupees. That means the student registers himself or herself. That is only the registration cost I'm talking about. But when they start the program, after they met the documentation, everything is over, then there is a fees which they have to pay on annual basis. Now, typically for all these programs, the fee varies between 35,000 to 60,000, depending on the program they are enrolling for. The postgraduate diploma programs are slightly higher because they are postgraduate programs, and students who are graduates can only apply for those programs. The duration of a standalone diploma here is 1 year. For a BVOC, it is 3 years because the student has to complete 3-year BVOC to get the degree. And every year, the internship approach, which I talked about, would be there for all the programs. The postgraduate diploma duration is 12 to 18 months. So for all the months or the year they do the program, there would be an internship, which we will be taking care of. That means we will be placing them as interns with the corporates so that they can start their program. Unless and until we don't have an industry partner with us, we cannot start the program. But the idea behind this approach is so that they get the relevant industry experience followed by the theory experience. So all these things are taken care by School of Vocational Education. The student doesn't have to think much about it. We can also give them help in counseling them if there is a need, so that if there's a need be, we can always help you on that front also. I'll share the phone numbers and the email ID where you guys can write to us also. Now, this is the entire list of our BVOC diploma and postgraduate program. If you could see, there's 37 BVOC, 19 postgraduate diploma programs, and diploma programs are 6. So these are the total programs which are currently offering to the students as per their eligibility and their interest. Now, few questions here which you might get. I'm just trying to elaborate on that. How is skill training is conducted? So we have faculties of School of Vocational Education. They will impart the theoretical training at the location of the internship before or after work hours or during the weekends. Now, who are the skill knowledge providers or the practical training facilitators here? So the leading industries organization in the specific sectors provide internship and practical training. So these are the industry partners, or we call them skill knowledge providers here, which is the degree, diploma, certificates awarding institution. For all the degrees, diploma and certificates, they will be awarded by TISS. Are the ongoing BWork programs approved by UGC? So all ongoing BWork programs are approved by UGC. You can also visit the below mentioned link, which is an instruction PDF, to know more about the same. Now, who can benefit from the TISS-SVE programs? 12th standard pass student interested in pursuing skill-based education in vocational streams that can facilitate their entry into the job market. So anyone who is a 12th pass student and who's interested in pursuing the skill-based knowledge in the vocational space can apply for these programs and they can enroll. Now, organizations interested in upgrading the qualification of their employees by providing an opportunity to enroll in the recognized vocational degree, diploma, certificate program without having to leave their job. So this means that this applies to the industries also. That means if they are looking at upgrading their employees also, they can also look at taking up programs for their employees, and they can simply enroll in the program from such a recognized university without leaving their jobs, and they can complete and pursue their education. Organization aiming to enhance retention, efficiency, and productivity of the workforce, because this is a very, very good retention, I would say, strategy with these corporates can follow for their employees. Industries that employ a part-time, temporary, or seasonal workforce are interested in enhancing skills through internship opportunities. Now, what are the key features and best practices of the School of Vocational Education programs? Now, these are the few key features that why should someone come for our programs. So first of all, I would say UGC approved and national skill qualification aligned programs. Now, the BWork degree is recognized at par with the other bachelor level degrees for competitive examinations conducted by UPSC, SPSC, and SSC. So that means someone who has done a BWork program from TISS School of Vocational Education can also apply for the competitive exams. It's equivalent to that. BWork degree will be eligible for the transdisciplinary vertical mobility. That means if someone wants to do further studies and they are looking for a vertical mobility, these programs are very well, makes them eligible. Skill sector specific programs in 18 sectors and total 62 programs, which are very, very good in number. No other university or institute will offer so many programs for students, you know. If under one umbrella, they're getting all the programs and they can look at skilling themselves. Programs to cater to various varied needs of students in graduation, diploma, and postgraduate diploma level. Industry association as skill knowledge providers. Programs are designed based on outcome-based education as per National Education Policy. Earn while you learn approach. So that means the student is also earning while they're learning. So earning here is not the salary part, definitely is the stipend part, which can help them in taking care of the education. But having said that, when one student completes the Bachelors in Vocational Education program, the chances of getting placed with the organization becomes very high. Because if you understand, the student has already voted 3 years of practical experience at the corporate. He has got that experience. So after 3 years, it also becomes a good resource, and I would say a good trained employee for an organization to take them as a confirmed employee after they have done their Bachelors in Vocational program. Fees is sponsored by industry CSR funding. So we also parallelly do a lot of through our various channels. We also reach out to industries for CSR fund support so that we can fund these students who are really in need of that kind of a money so that they can complete their education. Industry relevant and contemporary content and curriculum. So like I said earlier, all our programs are designed as per the industry relevance, and they're very contemporary content and curriculum. 100% placement assistance. That means after completion of the program, we will try to assist them to get placed in the industries. We're not saying that it's a job guarantee. So I'm just repeating myself. It's only assistance, 100% placement assistance. Facilitating program selection through vocational aptitude system. We have also launched something called a vocational aptitude system, which a student, if the student is very confused and he needs that kind of a clarity, this assessment test can help the student to see which industry and which program can be more apt for him or her. So this vocational aptitude system test is uh, it doesn't have any cost. They simply have to enroll for this test and they can give the test. It's on our website also. Certification on completion at each level, NSQ levels 5, 6, and 7. Multiple entry and exit at each level of the program. Bridge course to bridge the knowledge gap to make the student program ready. Life skills and career counseling session for students. We also have a team which takes care of their career counseling session and life skills, which is vast team. We also take care of their personal grooming, physical, I would say, literacy part also, considering the background they come from. We also make sure that there has been a lot of emphasis on those things. Recognition of prior learning. Lateral entry through credit mapping to BVOC second year. So someone is already has done the first year can directly go into the second year of the BVOC, and that credit mapping can be done. Campus immersion at TISS Mumbai campus and off campuses, Tuljapur, Hyderabad, and Guwahati. So post COVID, we have started campus immersion, though it was a part of the curriculum. And every year, student has to come for 7 to 10 days at the campus for the campus immersion program to take physical classes, followed by 1 day of cultural activities, which is again a part of the campus immersion program. We had a very successful campus immersion last year, and this year again we are having in April and May for our existing students. Collaboration with Sector Skill Council for assessment, certification, and other benefits. Vocational practical assessment by sector specific experts. Exposure to recent development in the field through conferences, seminar, workshop, panel discussion, webinars, platform lectures, alumni engagement activities. So these are also part of parallelly which we do at School of Vocational Education. Now, how can you register for our programs? So very simple steps for registration. You have to visit our website, which is tis.edu, and you will go to the admission page. You will see School of Vocational Education. Then you will have list of vocational education programs. Register your email ID and get password. Log into the admission page with registered email ID and password. Fill up the admission form with the location and reference code. Now the OJT location is the on-the-job training location. It depends on the student, where the student is coming from. So like I said, we have pan-India location. So student doesn't have to come to Mumbai if he's staying in Baroda or he's staying in Gujarat for that matter. That means that we'll try to find the program which is in that location and we'll offer those programs to the student. Unless and until the student really wants to relocate and on its will, then it's a different thing. But like I said, all our programs are in pan-India. So whenever you'll go to the page also, you'll see the locations of the program which are run. So for example, if it's a pharma program, so once you click on the pharma, you will see the location where the pharma program is run. So you can select as per your preferred on-the-job location. Payment of the admission form fees, which is 200, and submission of the form. You can also see the details of the programs, like I said earlier, on the same email, on the same website link. For more details, you can also call us on these numbers, which are mentioned here: 022 2552 5635 and 33. We also have 897 664 0593. Monday to Friday, anytime between 10 to 6. You can also write to us at admissions@sv.tis.edu. So sometimes if you're not able to reach us through phone, I think you can always write to us and we will respond. Now, if you could see on the last page here, you will see some of our leading skill knowledge providers. So skill knowledge providers, like I said here, are our industry partners. So these are, if you could see some famous names here, like Titan, we have Maruti, we have Tata Power, we have Strides Pharma, Lupin, Lava for electronics program, we have Fortis Hospital for our healthcare, we have Star Health Insurance for our BFSI, Apollo Hospitals for again our healthcare program. So if you could see here, these are just few here, just to give you the collaborations we have with the industry partners and where the students, after enrolling for the B work, they get internship opportunities. And in few of the cases here, in the past, students after completion of the program and also uh, gone outside India to pursue their education and also have been placed with the same company itself where they were interning. I would also, after this, I would also quickly share one more presentation, which will just give you an idea of our School of Vocational Education and few of our achievements so far. Uh, can you see the screen here?
No, we can't see your screen yet.
You cannot?
No.
Just 1 second. Can you see right now?
Yes, now it's working.
Okay, thank you. So now if you can see, I'll just share you a few things. This is our institutional ranking for Certificate of Excellence, practicing sustainable education. And this certificate has been awarded to TISS. We have also got some National Institute ranking framework, the certificates. If you could see, this is Professor Shalini Bharat is our Director, Vice Chancellor, and also Professor Bino Paul, who's a Deputy Director here. And there are some guided pillars of School of Vocational Education. Current active students here, if you could see, graduating students, industry partners, locations, programs, and sectors, which I mentioned you earlier. Now, the salary received by students per month on approximate basis of their completion is somewhere between 12 to 13, but an average salary per month would be around 18. And the student placement also, if you could see, is somewhere around 79%. Stipend received during on-the-job training per month is between 5 to 24,000. Average stipend is between around 10. Now, this is our collaboration we have done with Maharashtra Young Leaders Aspirational Program. We have signed an MOU with Samagra Shiksha, Government of Maharashtra also for skilling students. Few of achievements again under School of Vocational Education. Few of our industry collaboration, or we can say our industry partners like the others. We have Infosys, Lupin, Fortis. So while I'm showing you all this, I'm also trying to tell you that students, after enrolling for our programs, apart from getting skilled in the relevant sector, they also get exposure with such big names in the industry, and also the placement opportunities they may get after completion of the program. Now, this is one of our students who have gone abroad for higher education. She has pursued BWalk in medical imaging technology. She's gone now in UK. If you could see the other guy, he has also done medical imaging technology, the MIT program, now in Taiwan. This is our recent the exposure visit of principals of CBSE schools. They have visited our campus. This is how the classes are being run, just to give you an idea. This is how the examinations are conducted pan-India for the offline examination post-pandemic. This is, I was talking about the campus immersion. Last time, if you could see the zeal and the students who have participated in the immersion program, the numbers were huge. And these are in the news, few of our, again, the achievements which I like to highlight in this presentation for all of you. And I think that's about it. Now, I think over to you for questions you may have regarding the program, and I would love to address them.
Sure, Ms. Vanita. Thank you for that slide deck. And now our audience will, ask questions in the chat.
Sure,
So
sure, sure.
I'll request all of you to drop your queries. Meanwhile, ma'am, I have a few questions for you. So, I was going through your BWOC program in software development.
Mm-hmm.
Can you throw some light on the curriculum and, how is it different from, say, a BTech in computer science? Who should go for BWOC in software development?
See, a BWOC in software development, I would say someone who is a science graduate or even a commerce but needs to know how software development works. Now, like I said, it is not equivalent to an engineering program, to be honest.
Okay.
But yes, it will give you a good idea in all these 3 years how this program works. And even after completion of the program, I can just give you few topics here which will give you that what is all covered in software development. 1 minute. Huh? I think there's
Yeah, I think there's
some.
an issue with your connection. Could you repeat?
Can you hear me, Samarth? Am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible now.
I think there's some issue. Just 1 second. I'm
Sure,
just.
sure.
It is not equivalent to a BTech. BTech engineering program development. It means that we are covering aspects which are related to how the software industry works. And this is someone who is interested in skilling. Like I said, it's a vocational space. We're talking about programs who can help students in skilling and getting a degree after completion of the program in the vocational space, and definitely in various industry sectors, which I just spoke about. And they're equivalent to any BSc, but they're not equivalent to, I would say, BTech or an MTech, though they will cover certain parts of it, but there can be certain things which may not be covered as a part of the curriculum. So my suggestion here would be that if they can go to the website and they can see the program curriculum, like I said earlier, they will also have a good idea about what is covered under each and every section of the program. Because see, we have about 62 programs. So to know in hand like what all is covered would be very difficult. So even for them to understand, if it's a postgraduate, what is covered, and then probably they can call us, and they can understand from us, okay, what is it covered in, what can be covered in postgraduate, and what extra can be done. So we can definitely help students in that.
All right, ma'am. So we'll move on to the next question. So, I believe the BWOC course in AI and ML is a relatively new one, is it?
Sorry, I didn't get this question. Sorry.
The BWOC program in AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning, is
Uh-huh.
this a relatively new program?
This is what? Sorry,
Is this
your
a
voice.
new program? Is this a
This is
new
the new program
program?
we started
Okay.
last year. That's right.
Okay. Okay. So can you throw some light on, the placements? Are the figures higher than they are for rest of the programs? Because in your brochure it says that for those who do this program have career prospects to be junior data scientists as well
Mm-hmm.
because of the machine learning aspects.
That's correct. So if you talk about artificial intelligence, yes, the program fees is also slightly higher than the other BWOC programs.
Hmm.
Approximately a program fees on annual basis is about 60,000 for this program.
Okay.
And the job, the curriculum, if I have to just give you some topics here, would be something like programming of AI and ML using Python, and advanced statistics for data science, And again, there will be some practical part to it also, which will be covered. There will be also something like computer vision using artificial intelligence. So also machine learning for business domains like HR analytics. And after they have completed the total BWalk, the chances of their job roles, I would say, would be becoming data science interns in ML techniques like NLP or Python programming, becoming data scientists. Graduates about 3 to 4 years can take up a role of data scientist in deep learning. See, you have to understand, after completion of AI, whatever knowledge they get, these are the starting job roles for them. But as they progress, and IT is one industry where they need to constantly keep updating themselves, even if it's an AI, ML for that matter, software development, or any other program in IT space. So if you look at our BWalk curriculum also, we are covering all the major topics which are covered in AI and ML, followed by practical learning and, of course, the projects they need to do while they are doing a BWalk program. And yes, the fees is higher than the other programs here, but we also give them monthly options wherein they can pay the fees. It doesn't have to be paid in one go. So there can be options of paying on monthly basis, about 4 to 5,000 rupees a month. They can simply give. And there's an examination fees also, which is separate, plus caution deposit, which is refundable after 3 years of completion of the program.
Okay, ma'am. So the next question is regarding, I think you were talking about the skilling centers, which actually on ground impart the knowledge, right, as
Huh.
part of TISS-SVE. So basically, can you throw some light on like what's the scenario like? Like how does the day of a normal student in a BWalk program look like? Like
So I'll
how
give you an
could
example. So if I'm a
Hmm.
student who was enrolled for, suppose, a BWalk in Pharma. So my first day will start as an intern with a pharma company, where I'll be. So there are two BWalk programs in pharma. One is pharma manufacturing, and one is again pharma, uh, the other basic pharma program, which is a 3 year. So my day at an typically when I enroll for a BWalk program will start at the industry, maybe a pharma industry only, a company wherein I will be taken as an intern.
Okay.
So my first day, so 5 days as an intern, I would be learning the practical know-how of how the pharma industry works pertaining to my program. So if I'm a pharma manufacturing student, BWalk, I would
Hmm.
first at pharma, my job would be to be at that industry to learn the practical aspects of it for 5 days, followed by a Saturday, Sunday training at our locations, which are our service providers. When I say service providers, they are TISS-SVE providers. Okay, they are not from the industry or the corporate. They will help us in facilitating the theory sessions,
Okay.
followed by examinations, assessment at the relevant location. So for pharma also, it's not necessary that it's only Bombay. It can be at 8 different locations across India. So student
Okay.
who is not from Bombay, maybe some other location where our pharma programs are run, can enroll for the program and they can start the program. So that's why I said that for each and every program here, there are locations which needs to be understood before they counsel a student, or they can also visit a website. The locations are also mentioned there below each and every program when they will select. So that's why I said earlier that whenever they will select a program, they have to put their OGT location preferred. That means the location would be their location where they're currently residing.
All right, ma'am.
Because we don't
So,
want students to really go far, like to travel 40 kilometers and complete the program and come back.
Mhm.
That's how it is.
So, ma'am, the next question we have from a student who says he has completed his MSc in Information Technology, but still confused with regard to what to do next. So, can you suggest him some job-oriented programs from TISS?
So honestly, under the vocational space, he has already a master's in science and information technology. He has already done his master's. Um, I cannot say any job-oriented programs at this, because he has to do a program to get those opportunities like internship opportunities. However, I can only advise him that he can look for some uh, certification programs he may have on our website pertaining to IT industry, and he can apply there. So nothing job-oriented programs for
Alright,
MSc
so
IT would not be there. Yeah, we only have a postgraduate diploma, which he's already done his masters, right? So I don't think so. He will be again doing a PG. That will not make any relevance to him. I hope that is clear.
okay, so a postgraduate diploma would not make sense. So the next question is, does TISS give placements to PG diploma students as well?
I
Diploma
didn't get
students.
that. Sorry, Samath, you're not audible. Sorry, what did you say?
Am I audible now?
Now it's audible. Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah. So we have a question from the audience. Does TISS give placements to PG diploma students? You have these diploma courses at the PG level, is it? So do you give placements there?
So, like I said earlier, for all our programs, whether it is BVOC, whether it is postgraduate diploma, or it's a standalone diploma, we give 100% placement assistance.
Okay.
So, we are not guaranteeing any job here. We are not a placement company. Let me be very clear.
Okay.
We help student in placing because we are working in a work integrated approach model. That means we are helping student to get minimum stipend by interning with the industry to get practical knowledge, followed by some stipend which can help them in their studies. And also, reaching out to some corporates in our network who can actually take them as full-term employees after they have completed their PG or their BWork program. So we'll try to help them in assisting them, but there is no 100% job guarantee. But honestly, the kind of skilling which we are giving through our programs is amazing. You could see the percentage of placement I discussed earlier. It's
79%.
almost 79. And most of our students, either they are pursuing their higher education, either they are on the confirmed job roles with corporates, because we have started this school in 2011. Since then, it was more than 10,000 students, they have enrolled with us. And these are the active students number which we have shared with you. With such a big school and with so many sectors across India, I think placement is not a problem to students when they are skilled enough in 3 years to understand the industry very well.
Okay. So, ma'am, is there any, batch size in particular, like of these
So that is
programs?
a good question. Yeah. So minimum batch size which we look at one location would be 40. And that would mean that wherever we are running our programs currently, we are not talking about scattered locations here. We are talking about, suppose if it's pharma. So wherever we are running our current pharma program, we would prefer a batch there. But having said that, if you can get us students on any other location which is not there, and the batch size is about 40, we can look at starting there also. But we have to see other nitty-gritties also. But the minimum batch size is 40.
Okay. So we have one more question from the audience. So I'm not sure if you would be able to address this, but what courses are available for LD students, learning disability students who have completed 12th commerce?
The PWD students here we are talking about.
Learning disability students, students who have a learning disability.
So that comes under the PWD category. Okay.
So do we have a
See,
course for? Okay.
so all our programs, so BWOC are offered to all categories. So we are not, we are a very inclusive in nature. We don't follow any category which will not include for a program. So all these programs are offered. We already have 22 PWD students who are already doing a program. So we make sure that they also get similar opportunities of internship and also, placement assistance from us once they have completed the program. So it is open for all students.
All right, thanks for that. Now I'll ask the audience for more questions, if any. Meanwhile, I have this question.
Sure.
We have a lot of colleges and universities offering courses like BA in journalism, right? And usually what we hear is that they're not very good placements or any placements at all post such. programs in most of the universities, I'd say, not the top ones. So, how is your BWOC program different here? Like, what can one expect? How would it be beneficial to a student over the regular BA journalism, for example?
So to answer your question, so now since you have picked up something like journalism program, or I would say we have, so if you could see the list I shared with you earlier, we have one of our very, very popular programs, Media and Entertainment, under which we
Mm.
offer BWOC in journalism and we also offer BWOC in graphics. And one of our leading partners, if I talk about, is Whistling Woods, if you know,
Mm.
run by Subhash Kai. And um, any other BWOC journalism you do, like I said earlier, can be a normal BA. And why they're not getting praised? Because they're not getting any practical exposure or skill exposure here. As in comparison to our BWOC in journalism or graphic, wherein a student is getting placed, and that's the importance. And why I'm reiterating and why I'm putting emphasis on this point again and again, because that's the beauty of a program. That's the USP. That it is not like any other BA or any other vocational program. Because it offers that skill component, the practical component to this, it makes even more useful for the students to get more, I would say the doors and the opportunities are more for our students in getting placed after they have completed the program. Whistling Woods at one of our leading partners, they have a lot of students have done a media journalism. They're well placed now also. And this is one of our leading programs. Our Media and Entertainment is one of our leading, most popular programs under BWOC. And so it's definitely better than any BA journalism you do. And it's not only from the backgrounds we spoke about earlier, the students coming. For these kind of programs, I think we have students from all the cities applying and they are enrolling for the program. Because of the
Okay.
demand also, and also the kind of the exposure they get while they're doing the program.
Okay.
That's how.
So can you throw some, would you have some figures on, what is basically the demographic of your program batches? So like, with you, what kind of people, we have different institutes who usually give this data on the demographics of their batch. Like these many have come from commerce perhaps, like
So
that.
the data I would not have, because since we have 18 sectors and we have about 62 programs. So what I can say here is that we are running a program at 95 locations, which is like huge. And
Hmm.
considering the demographic, you can easily calculate the kind of students we are getting from every region
Hmm.
is huge. And it's not just one center we are talking about. We are talking about multiple locations and 62 programs in 18 sectors. So demographics, definitely, if I have to answer this, I may not have any data in hand, but it looks very promising for all our sectors, because uh, we have touched so many students over the years, and that number only speaks for itself that the student interest in doing BWOC is huge. And with the minimum BAP size of 30 to 40 in every program,
Hmm.
says it all.
All right, ma'am. So we have one question from the audience. Is there any supply chain management course available in the BWOC
So
program?
we have started, if you could see, we have BWOC in logistics, we have started. It
Hmm.
covers that thing. I would request the audience to please visit our website.
Sure.
We have logistics program also, which covers supply chain. Again, printing and packaging, and one more program which covers the supply chain part. They can see the curriculum and it's there.
All right. So I have pasted the link to your website, which
And
shows.
please tell them, I would request them to please tell the students to please go to our website, counsel them, because we have opened the windows, uh,
Okay.
and we will be, since it's a time for them to decide about their careers, and this is the time they should go and enroll themselves. Any support they need from us, we are always there. We have a team who would always be guiding them through the numbers which I have given you. They can write to us. If you want more information, you can write to me also, vanita.kaushal@sv.is.edu, and we are always there. But please tell them to take decision fast, because we will be closing windows by, we still have little time, because we have to start batch in July. But this is a time when they can make decisions quickly, because the examinations are getting over in March. And that's the time they have to decide on what careers they would like to pick. And I think considering this, the way skilling is going, and with the help of the government and the ministry collaborations we have done, it has a very, very bright future. I can say that.
Thank you
So
so
my
much.
request to all the counselors, all the teachers, principals, students who have joined, please have a look at the website, go to the website, look at the programs which we are currently offering. Call us for any support, clarification you may need, and we will revert.
Sure, ma'am. So I have pasted the link to your website here on the chat. And there was one more question, regarding certification programs in IT. So I've asked that person to just look up the site. Uh,
So just one thing, Samarth, I just want to say that this is a proper 3-year degree program.
hmm,
So the student will be getting the degree from
hmm,
TISS School of Vocational
right,
Education after completion of 3 years.
right.
Diploma they will get if they only do the diploma for the 1 year. Then they will get diploma. But and they if they complete the PG, they will get the PG diploma in the respective program they have done.
I think you're stuck, ma'am. So we'll just hold on for a moment.
And we are
Okay, so I think your video stopped for a bit. I think it's fine now.
no worries.
Yeah.
I think you have pasted the link, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I think
So,
no worries. They can always go to the link. They can write
sure.
to us on the admissions link. Paste that link also, the admissions at sv.is.edu, and the numbers once again to them. It will be easier because those are the numbers we have the team sitting and they can revert quickly on that.
Right. So thank you so much for that, Miss Vinita. And now we've come to an end to this session. Thank you so much for giving your
You're
time.
most welcome, Samarth, and please do share me the link of this.
Sure, sure, will do. So now we'll
Thank you
end
so
the
much,
session.
Samarth, and thank you, IDC team. And I look forward to another webinars going forward if needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you.